Good day. My name is Ruth Bowick, and I'm president of the New Horizons Senior Center. And I'm here today to do some interviewing regarding our exercise classes. So I'd firstly like to introduce Merle Jameson, who is our exercise instructor. So I'd like you to tell me, Merle, how did this start? Were you the beginning of it, or did you take over from somebody?
No, I took over from Arlene Nelson Litt when she became ill and could no longer continue.
So that was quite a while ago, wasn't it?
9 or 10 years ago, and I've changed most of the music.
Oh, okay.
Got a little faster, a little more routines.
Get us really going. They get us really. Were they?
You're seniors, but use it or lose it.
That's right. Use it or lose it. And I noticed too, after we've done a couple of sets, anybody that's got an extra sweater on is taking it off because we've really been working up our.
Yeah. And I've got the window open.
I like to think of you always as like the postman. You know, through rain and snow and sleet and ice, the postman makes his rounds. You come all the way from Reddit in the rain or the snow or the sleet and the ice, and you've never hardly ever failed us.
No,
and
I try not to.
You try not to. So that's quite a sacrifice to make, you know, to come in like that. So
I enjoy it. I've enjoyed the ladies. It's good for me, and it's been nice to see how it's grown.
Yes, it certainly has, because I think we've got as many as up to 50, haven't we?
50 in the Thursday class.
On the Thursday class. Because I know we have a luncheon when we quit in May or June. And there's always about 50 come to the luncheon, so that's how come I know. There wasn't that many there today, but
Monday is a smaller class.
Okay.
Monday max would be about 30, I think.
Oh, okay.
So.
Well, that's still a good crowd of seniors, and they always enjoy it. Like
they seem to.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we have fun.
A lot of smiles.
I know. Yeah, a lot of, especially when we get out of step or something. You know?
That's okay.
That's
as
true.
long as you keep moving.
Right. Yes.
That's what I
That's
tell
the main thing. Yeah. Because I know, like sometimes, like I'm not good with my hands. I'm kind of spastic. I have to work with my feet and forget about my hands. I'm not very good at putting 2 and 2 together like that.
Yeah.
You probably noticed.
I have a lot of that.
You do? Oh, okay. Then I don't feel.
No, I mean a lot of the hands and feet. It's to coordinate.
Oh, I see. Yes, you do. Yeah. And I noticed we've been adding some squatting into our. And I read somewhere, heard somewhere just a week or so ago that squatting is one of the most perfect exercises.
It is, and with your knees up, that's for your balance.
Okay.
That's a problem with a lot of seniors. They lose their balance. So I'm trying to.
And that's
build
that one
up.
where the knee, yes.
Where you hold your knee up. Yeah.
And it is, especially in Kenora in the winter when there's all the snowbanks to try and get over.
Yep.
You know, those this exercises really help. And the ice, you know.
Yeah, I've had people say it seems to help.
Oh, that's
you know, and it helps me.
That's right. You're benefiting from us, and all of us are benefiting from you. Yes. So. What else can you tell us about it? Like, do you change the choreography at all, or? I
try. Not very good at it. This is not my vocation, but I try. I do a lot of it on the computer with the music.
Okay. Well, who like designed the exercise classes? Is this come from a government agency or?
No. Some of it came from Arlene Nelson Litt. If you'll notice in the warm-up, you start with the top and go down to the bottom, and in the cool down, you're starting at the bottom and working up to the top.
Okay, yes.
She had quite a pattern.
She did, eh?
And I've just changed, like added a lot of stuff. I felt you could do it a little faster than you were.
Yeah, well, sometimes, when you get doing it faster, I think it's a little more exciting, too.
It is.
Yeah. But then don't we all love to get the chairs at the end?
Yeah.
I like what you always say, get your chairs ready, but you can't sit on them yet.
That's right. Otherwise they sit.
They all sit and expect everything to be over. Yes. So you stop for which holidays?
Christmas and in the summer. Although I am considering doing one a week in the summer.
Oh, are you? Oh, that
only one.
Yeah, what would be one of the Mondays or Thursdays, or
one of those? You know.
Well, that would be good because, like I find, like I take these exercises from, and I think I've been 3 years now.
Yeah, you have.
Because I've done two or three luncheons for you. Two or three. So that makes me think of the 3 years. And now, what were we talking about?
No, you were asking when we quit. And
yes.
Usually we quit for the summer.
In May? May, is it May?
Yeah, end of May.
Oh, right before the May long weekend.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we come back right after Labor Day, pretty much.
Yeah, because you'll notice the classes will slow down around Christmas.
Yes, they do. I noticed. Yes.
In May.
And then
people
of course
have stuff to do.
Too much sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, yard work.
Yeah. And then of course some of our exercise ladies go away for the winter
too.
They
do. So we'll lose a few. So.
Yeah. So that's great.
Yeah.
So what else can you tell me about the program, like as far as the benefits, the different exercises? Can you kind of describe why we're doing, let's say that one where we, if I may, go like this, Now, what is that?
That's for your abs.
Okay, what are the abs? Some people may not know what that.
Tummy muscles.
Okay, because some
which
people
all
watching.
of us always have trouble
I
with
know.
when we get older.
Yeah, I know.
And that's why I stretch out in it, so that you're
That's a good one,
using
though.
it. Yeah. No, a lot of it is just coordination
Okay.
to get people benefit them.
So do you say you changed the music from what Arlene had, so, but I noticed that you sometimes will put some theme music in.
Oh, I do.
Yes, that's
I do it for, mainly for Christmas, you know, and I'm not happy totally with it, but it's what I've got to work with. So.
It's your own discs?
Yep.
Oh, I see. So
I have quite a file built up on the computer.
I bet you do.
So,
Yeah, that's really neat.
and I'm always looking for new stuff.
Have you ever had, I said you're like this postman, nor rain or sleet nor snow. I don't, to my knowledge, you have always been here. Like you have never missed a thing, maybe for health reasons or something, but as far as to get in for the weather, I really can't say that you've ever missed one. You're to be commended for that. You're so faithful.
Well, thank you.
Well, anyways, I'm going to move over to one
Okay,
of our
do
exercise
that.
ladies. So thank you so much, Merle, for taking the time
Thank you.
to chat with us about this, because this is one of the most vital programs. Well, now I'm back with Catherine Taddy McLeod. Or, now you see, I did it right this time.
Yes, you did.
For some reason, I want to say, and she's one of our exercise girls, young girls. They're with all the rest of us young people in there doing those exercises. And I know you like it because you never hardly ever miss a class, do you?
No, I meant come.
Yeah. And another thing I think you like is the music, because
I love the
you're
music.
with the conductor of the G Clef Choir, and you're active with the Guys and Gals musicals twice a year. So I think it's the music that inspires her to keep coming, as well as for the benefit of your health, you know.
Yes.
So,
And I started with Ray Armstrong, where there was music in our aerobics, you know, and then due to hip surgery, I had to do something just a little less, and that's when I went to Arlene's class.
okay.
And there's a bit of each, so you get a little music and.
So then you've been coming to these exercise classes for about 8 or 9 years then?
Oh.
If you started with our, or maybe
A long
longer?
time,
I didn't
yeah.
realize we were here that
Yeah,
long.
yes.
Always here in this building, or were you down by the police
no,
station?
it was here, in a
Always
different-
here.
no.
So we've been here over 9 or 10 years, and oh my goodness, how time flies. Really, yeah.
It's,
So, and you find that it's very beneficial
oh,
for
I
you?
do. I like it not only for the exercise, but for the social part
Well,
of
that's
it too.
true, isn't
the
it?
girls, you get to know a group of girls.
And
you
aren't they a
wouldn't
nice
otherwise.
bunch? I'm glad you mentioned that, because they're just a great bunch of
Oh,
girls
they
that
are
they
indeed.
exercise with. And they're also relaxed and sociable and, you know.
And helpful.
And helpful, oh yeah. And we all laugh at one another if we miss a step or something. So, and another thing I noticed you do, you also enjoy the place when for the exercises, because often you'll stay for lunch here.
Oh, yes.
I'm going to throw that in a little bit, because we do have lunch in here
Yes.
every day here.
I will be having lunch in a few minutes.
Oh, good. And I understand it's a chicken stew or something. It sounds.
Yes.
It certainly smells good. I can smell the wafting from the kitchen as we
Yes.
talk. Yeah. So now I'm just going to mention: is there any exercises that you find that you can't do, or are they geared enough that you can keep up with all of them?
Well, everything has been fine until just recently, and I do have an arthritic knee that bothers me. So sometimes the squat you were talking about.
Oh, yeah, they're
with,
so healthy for us and so extra. Yeah.
but it's a problem with me now. But other than that,
Well, maybe you just don't have to go down so
no,
far.
I go down. No, but I go down on the leg that I can.
Oh, just the one leg, and then you keep the other leg straight. I'll have to
Yeah.
watch next. Actually, I'm going to watch you next.
I have my own little
exercise
way of
class. How
doing it.
you manage it? Yes, I see. So does that just happen recently with your knee?
Oh no, the arthritis has been coming on for a bit.
Oh, but it's nothing where you need a
Oh, no,
where they
not-
talk
not at the-
knee surgery or
not at
anything
the
like
moment.
that you hear so much of in Kenora now. Everybody's going to Dryden or Winnipeg for surgeries on their knees or hips or something. Yeah. So it's really great that we've had these classes here, then, isn't it? That
I look forward to it very much.
And isn't Merle a wonderful instructor?
Oh,
She's
she
so
is very
relaxed.
good.
Yeah, she doesn't like get mad at us or anything. Well, sometimes I've seen her make the odd mistake herself, and we
We're
all
all-
just laugh about it. You
we're
know.
all human.
Yes, that's true. You know, it's really a great place to be. Is there anything else you do down here? Just the exercise and then the lunches, like that you take advantage of that we have here at the senior center?
Well, yes, I do the exercises with Merle on Monday and Thursday, and then on Wednesday I come to a Tai Chi.
Oh, okay.
You know, I think you took some, or they took pictures a while back.
Did we do
of
Tai
you.
Chi? Yes, we did.
On the
Yes, we
Wednesday.
did. I have to stop. I've done so much so far for this Shaw Cable special. We're really grateful to Shaw Cable, you know, for putting this on for us, because it's certainly
Yes.
going to help the senior center in Kenora.
Yes.
You know, just to let people know what we do down here, because there's so much, you know, to
And
take
there
advantage
are
of.
the luncheons every 2 weeks, you know, the second, first and third of the month.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
That
that.
involve
Yeah,
anybody who
that wants to
wishes.
come. Well, usually they usually set up for about 6. I think the fire marshal says about 56 is the limit we can put in here for lunch, and there's always like 56 people sitting down.
Oh,
like sometimes there's a waiting list, hoping someone doesn't show up. So, anyways, I want to thank you very much, Daddy, for
You're very
excuse me,
welcome.
taking the time to do this for us and give the New Horizons Senior Center a little bit of a push. Not that we need it really, because it's a very exciting place to be.
Yes, it is.
And we've got over, I think it's close to 400 members, so it just shows
that-
how welcome it is to be in Kenora. So thank you again very, very much. I appreciate that. So
You're welcome.
thank you. Well, I'm back. I'm Ruth Bowick. I'm back now talking with Connie Chappelle, and now we're going to talk about the really interesting game of euchre. Now, I don't play euchre, so Connie, I want you to tell me, is euchre like bridge?
It is the beginning that before this is an old game that you see directions. The kings used to play it.
Kings?
In the 1600s.
In the 1600s?
They
Kings of
were-
everywhere or just of England? Kings of everywhere?
Probably in England.
Oh, okay.
In England. And from there, I believe, came the bridge, because it's it's simple game, and Lorraine Latin teach this day, Mondays, we play 1 hour, and it's the beginners of euchre, and we play just for 1 hour, the 11 to 12.
Okay, so this was the beginner's euchre game that we filmed. And it
Yes.
starts for exactly 1 hour, and
Yes.
everybody's pretty well. Are they still learning a little bit, or are they pretty confident of what they're? Do you
Well,
make bids and pass and stuff like that?
Today we were playing more of, all of us, we were okay. We're playing okay, but it's open for new members, and Lorraine Latin teach them.
Oh, that's good. But she wasn't here today.
No.
So do you usually have more than you had 2 tables? I know 2 tables of bridge.
Yeah.
That's 8 people. Do you usually have more, or is that the limit for the beginners right now?
No, it's open for more tables.
Oh, you could always have more
Yeah.
tables.
Can be 3 or 4 tables. But on Tuesdays, as we have the regular club, that is about 4 tables, and also there are the advanced.
Oh, I was going to
euchre.
ask you. There is
It's
an advanced bridge.
on
You
Tuesday.
graduate from beginners and you go
Yeah.
into advanced.
Yes.
So there's 4 tables for the advanced bridge,
Well,
which tells me it's
depending
quite
on the
popular.
members.
It's
Yes,
quite popular then.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, and it's a nice game.
Okay, so I could say there's a set of 4 games.
No,
Not a
we
set,
played.
eh?
No, it's not a set. We played 8 roads. There are about 8 by 8.
that,
The games, but the last row, the 8, who does. For example, somebody can call euchre, and they do for themselves, do the complete 5 games. Then is the owner. The 4 people or 3 people, depends on the table, because also we play.
Oh, you don't have to have 4 at a table. You could play with 3.
We also, yes,
Okay.
sometimes we don't have completed.
That's what I was
a lot of
wondering, yes,
people,
okay.
so we play 3.
Okay.
But remove different the numbers of the cards. But who does in each game are 5 rounds.
Oh, 5 rounds. Okay,
yeah,
that I
who does-
understand, yes.
Who does all those 5?
Okay.
Then is that won the money. And the
okay.
last row.
But every time you play euchre here, it's not for money. It's just once in a while you have.
No.
Yeah, once to make it.
No,
yes.
no, it's just to make fun of the advance.
Yeah, that's right, for the advance, yes.
yeah.
Well, Connie, I want to thank you ever so much for taking the time to tell us about this beginner's euchre, and I'm sure that you also are in the advanced group.
Yes,
Yes, yeah, okay.
I'm behind to everybody, but I like to play.
You like to play?
Yeah.
Well, that's the main
Yes.
thing about coming down here. So I'm sure you find our New Horizons Senior Center a
Yes.
great place to be in for the seniors of
And
Kenora.
I feel bad that Lorraine was not here because she's supposed to talk about it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think
So-
you've done a pretty good job for Lorraine. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Connie.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
very much. Well, I'm back, and now I'm back here to this time with Judy Dombrianski. She is one of our most favorite people in here because she kind of keeps track of the money. So my first question is going to be, well, since you do look after the majority of the finances here for the New Horizons, could you kind of outline a little bit about the expenses you write and the checks you keep to keep this place operating?
Well, really, all I am is the accounts payable clerk. So any bill that comes in for any expenses, I pay them all. That's really all we do.
And then you phone, but you phone me.
I phone you
Yeah.
every so often
Yeah.
to sign the checks.
Checks, yes, 'cause
and
that's
then I phone another board member to sign the checks as well.
See, because if we don't sign the checks, then none of the bills get paid,
That's
right?
right.
Yeah,
That's
and then you don't get paid.
That's right.
Yeah, okay.
That's right.
So that's important. That's one of the very important things is the signing of the checks. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So now another thing I want to ask you that you are a paid employee. But you're also really a treasured volunteer. Now, I don't want you to try to skim over this or skip out of it because everybody that belongs, the 400 people that belong to this New Horizons, know what a valuable treasure you are because start telling us everything you do. Like you preserve stuff, you make stuff in the kitchen.
We do a lot here, and we have a lot of volunteers that help us. So, yes, we do jelly, and we make all kinds of different preserves and relish and so on. But we get donations from our members for the vegetables.
I was going to ask you that about.
Yeah, like all that is provided by our volunteers and by our members. And they hear what we want to do or they suggest, wouldn't you like to make relish? And then, of course, they buy the relish. So it's great that we make relish and jelly and that type of thing. So,
Well, last fall, I noticed that there was a whole pile of beautiful strawberry jellies and jams out there. So someone must have given you a whole pile of raspberries.
Well, that was raspberries.
Not raspberries,
yeah,
yes.
Raspberries,
not,
yeah.
yes.
We had a lady who had a freezer full and she was getting a new freezer, so she didn't have room for them all.
Oh, okay.
So she said, I can't put them in my new upright freezer, so she gave it all to us, and we made jelly twice, actually.
Yeah.
Once in the fall and once in the spring.
Okay. Oh, from the freezer ones, then you
Yeah,
that
from the frozen ones, yeah.
before the spring ones came out. Yeah,
before the new ones.
Well, I noticed that there. And now tell me a little bit about these special breakfasts that have come up lately. This is something new and that you were kind of inspired to get that going.
We're trying to make things, give a better variety of food that we provide, for the people that drop in. And they're mostly members, but we do appreciate anybody that stops in just to see what we're all about. So it's nice when they come in that you can say, when they ask, we can just say, well, we have this, this, and this, not just egg or salmon. So now we're trying to do soups and stews, and we always have done stews and soups. We do meatballs, spaghetti and meatball. We started pancakes, and just recently we did, last Friday, we did French toast. And they really enjoyed that.
I bet that'd be, yes.
So this week on Friday, for the first time, we're going to do pancakes.
Oh, okay.
And our hostess on Friday decided that she will not use box. She's going to make fresh.
Oh, from scratch, as
From
they say.
scratch,
From
yeah.
scratch,
So
yes.
when they want it, she's going to
And
make
I hope it's going to be real maple syrup, not that sticky
We're
stuff.
going to have maple syrup, but we're going to have real blueberry preserves that I've made from
yeah, you made.
Kenora blueberries.
Really? Well, you went
that'll be
picking
really
yourself
good.
too? Do you go picking
yes.
blueberries?
Well, I don't. My husband does. I clean the
and then you get them ready for the freezer to make blueberry syrup for the pancakes. Yeah. And just give me a quick look on the breakfast, the movie breakfast.
Usually we try to be, give a variety for that too. So we've done pancakes, French toast. We usually add a sausage with that, maybe some fresh fruit. And other times we've done overnight casseroles.
Oh, okay.
Different kinds of
the ones
things.
that sit in the fridge overnight.
Yeah,
That's what you
yeah.
mean. Oh, okay. You weren't here all night working overnight.
No.
You make okay.
And then you get up in the morning and you cook it when you get here.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
Yes.
so, they really enjoy
Well,
that.
I can see though that what goes on here in the kitchen, especially with the catering and everything. That's really a team effort too. Especially
right.
for the Tuesdays and Wednesdays and making the soup and all that kind of. It's a
Because I
team
do all
effort.
the making, but then I give everything to the hostess, and she does it from there.
Oh,
So
okay.
she's the one making the sandwich, she's the one cutting, plating, serving, etc. I'm just the person making. And for our Tuesday lunches, I do the main meal, but
Okay.
then another lady does all of the desserts.
Oh, okay.
So I don't, unless she's away, I'll do a dessert, but if she's not, she does the desserts.
Well, who made the delicious blueberry or the blueberry cake for yesterday?
I made that. Because I happened to find one that's eggless, and I thought.
Oh, I didn't know that. It was really good. I had it, so it was very good. So thank you for that. Oh, Kenora, of course they're Kenora blueberries. Well, listen, Judy, thank you so much for doing this little interview and showing us what else goes on kind of behind the scenes at the Senior Center. So, and I'm going to just tell Shaw Cable that I will be back with another segment very shortly. I'm back, and today I'm with Diane Forster, and she's over here showing everyone in Kuwaitan that would like to come out to the senior citizens group in Kuwaitan to exercise. And you exercise just the 1 day a week?
1 day a week.
That's Tuesdays. That's from 10:30 to 11:30.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I just wonder, when did you start doing exercises here at the Kuwaitan New Horizons?
Probably 6 or 7 years ago.
Okay. Did you take over from someone, or did you start it up on your own?
Well, it was after the last one left, and I can't remember her name, Arlene, I think it was. And so there was nobody here for a little while, and then I took over.
So I bet they were happy in Kuwaitan.
I hope so.
Well, I'm sure they are. You can tell by the way they're exercising, yeah. So I noticed that you get them all ready with a few warm-ups, and then you really swing into it. I'm really amazed. Now, you did mention something about a balancing exercise you were giving them.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, I guess it's to help keep the balance, but
Yes.
what is the main...
Well, so to prevent falls and that kind of thing. So I don't do balancing exercises per se. I just try to include them in the whatever steps we're doing.
Right, because that's important, because this is a seniors group, and
exactly.
you know, you don't want them to lose balance, but if they do, then they have a way of...
And they strengthen their muscles.
Okay.
So they don't, they can...
Okay. Now, another thing I heard you say was something about teeny tiny steps. What are those for?
Well, just for variety, that's all.
I see. And is it just really little teeny tiny
little
steps?
tiny steps, and just...
and they just step. They don't do anything with it.
Well, sometimes we're moving.
Okay, I thought that was kind of interesting. Now, and another one I thought was this boxing thing. Like, show it to the camera just by yourself, or
so
show
jab,
me. So in case
jab,
show me.
Jab,
Let me
cross.
Okay, in case I come out, some man comes up behind me, and I don't really care.
Oh
for
well,
him.
that's not why.
I thought it was.
No, it's just strictly exercise.
Oh darn!
So,
Here I thought some man could just knock him down and knock.
Just movement.
And knock him
so
over.
we're moving high, we're moving low, we're moving in different planes.
Ah, that's what it's okay. No, because I really did think it was
no,
to protect yourself.
No, that's a different course.
Which you don't teach.
No,
okay.
Exactly.
And I noticed you really have great music. Did you pick the music out that seems to go so perfectly well with every session?
With great difficulty. We pick out music and we have to change it every so often, and it's hard to get the music and get it all coordinated.
Perfect. Well, anyways, I want to thank you. And I know your gang is anxious to get back on the floor and get exercising.
Well,
so
thanks for coming.
Our technician Vicki will take over and continue the exercise. So thank you so much. Well, I'm back, and right now I'm with Trudy Favreau, and she's going to tell us a little about gentle Tai Chi. I always wanted to say Tai like a T, so if I slip, just forgive me. Or a Mai Tai, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe a Mai Tai would be better to associate it with. Yeah, I never thought of that till right about now. But after you've done some of this gentle Tai Chi, you could have a Mai Tai, especially in the summer if you do it in the summer. Well, anyways, Trudy, I'm going to ask you, what sort of inspired you to get involved with this particular aspect? Now, can I say exercise? Is it an exercise or is it something else?
It's definitely an exercise.
It's an exercise, okay.
Yes,
I didn't
definitely.
know.
I got into the whole thing by coming with my sister to the senior center to join some exercise classes. And we started coming, and then one of the girls that was doing it for a long period of time found the commitment a little bit hard, and a little, she'd been doing it for years, and she wanted somebody to take over. And because most of the women here are a little bit older and not so good with the computers and with the technology, I volunteered to do it because I knew how to, and I'm loving it.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yes. So how many years have you been doing?
I've only been doing it a year.
Oh, really? But so you've really only been doing Tai Chi a year, anyways.
Yes.
Oh, so you started in a year and you've been leading in a year. Like,
Yes.
So they
Yes.
grabbed you by the,
They
the
got
scruff
me.
of the neck and said you. I noticed that some of the features of this particular exercise seem to be giving a lot of physical benefit to some of the people here. Am I correct in thinking this? Is there something like if you have some little health problem, like maybe you had a stroke or something, or that these gentle Tai Chi's exercises are good for you? Could you elaborate?
Absolutely, absolutely, they're good for you. They're good for everything. They're good for me. For instance, I'm a knitter. Okay, so I knit compulsively and my shoulder will go out. So these exercises help me keep my shoulder limber, they help me keep everything moving, and so if, say you've had a stroke or these just help you get your coordination back, they help you have control over your muscles, over your movements, over everything.
Yes.
It's very beneficial.
And so you only do, how many times a week do you come here to do this?
We do this
gentle
once
Tai
a
Chi?
week.
Just
once a week for an hour.
You get
yes.
your benefits, you're telling me.
Yes,
from once
I'm
a week.
telling you, you get the benefits once
Well,
a
that's
week.
incredible, really.
Yes.
You think something like
Yes.
this, to do what you're saying, you'd have to almost come every day.
But you don't.
Mm-hmm.
I feel such a difference in the mobility of my joints, of my everything, my legs, my arms, my shoulders, everything.
Great. Well, is it everything standing the whole time? I noticed, you know, that sometimes people would get tired. Can you do anything health-wise? Let me say this wise: to sit in a chair, or do you go on mats, or could you explain
They can
something?
all be done on the chair. It says that right at the beginning. If you're not comfortable doing them standing, or if you find it difficult, everything that we do here can be done sitting
really?
down.
Oh,
everything.
okay.
And so that makes it easier for some of the women. And at the end of the exercise, sometimes if there's enough of a group of us, we'll do a mat exercise.
Okay, so what would that involve?
Well, that just involves more stretching and more, just more being agile, but you're now on your back doing them.
Okay.
And I just want to point out that one of the exercises that they were given, I had thrown my back out last summer, and one of the exercises that they gave me was the very same exercise the physiotherapist gave me.
Really? Isn't
Yes.
that amazing?
Yeah,
Mhm.
so it really is beneficial.
So these are then sort of like compiled maybe by a government organization that does things properly for senior citizens?
Well, I'm sure that the tape has to be registered somewhere.
Yeah,
It has to be somebody that knows exactly what they're doing. These women on here must be certified in this,
Okay, that's
because they're showing us the right way to do everything. They tell us, you know, what to stop doing if we're having a hard time. I don't know if you noticed when we were doing the exercises, the girl was saying, you know, if you're feeling it in your lower back, don't make those leg circles so big.
Yes, I did hear.
You know, so they're telling you what to look for so that you're not hurting yourself.
So you don't have to put pressure on yourself. Yeah, yes.
But you know, as we get older, everything becomes stiffer and harder to move, and this is just really good for us.
Well, that's great. So tell me again what the day is what and the time is what?
We come Wednesdays from 10:30 to 11:30.
Okay, right here at the Senior Center.
Right here at the Senior Center.
One other thing I'm just going to say quickly is some of the movements actually look neat. They almost look like a nice dance step.
Yes.
Is that- yeah, you
and
feel-
we try to stay in rhythm with each other, and you know, not just the exercises, the being with other women doing the same thing is really healthy for your mind as well.
That's what
It really is.
It's important because we're at a senior center, so it's important to
Yeah.
keep our minds active.
It is, and
Yeah.
it's important just the camaraderie of doing the same exercises and giggling about how hard it is and
how easy it is.
Yeah, you know.
Okay. Yeah, great. Well, anyways, Trudy, thank you so much, and thank you all for watching. And as I promised in other segments, I shall return. I'll be back. Thank you.